Quack, quack.
They lead 2-0 over the Winnipeg Jets.
Fuck you, Kings.
That's right, the other Canadian team. The Nashville Predators are down 2-1 in their series with the Chicago Blackhawks.
Wouldn't it be great if the Blackhawks played the Gamecocks? That'd be an awesome series.
If only.
Man.
An NHL hockey team versus a college hockey team.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean,
Battle of the Cocks.
The Cock series.
You know what? They could play each other. I literally have no idea that one of them wasn't a professional team.
And then rounding out the Western Conference playoffs, Minnesota, the Wild.
Minnesota.
The worst name for a team from one of the coldest states in our country.
Right.
They lead 2-1 in their series over the St. Louis Blues there.
Ooh.
Which is, I think that's one of Adam's teams because he's in Missouri.
Sure, why not?
But he's a Devils fan, so
yeah.
That's a whole lot better. We beat a few years ago. Go
yes,
Kings.
We did, yeah. And look, neither of them are in the playoffs.
Yeah. On the Eastern Conference side, we got Montreal Canadiens. They're so Canadian, they have it in their name. They're leading the Ottawa Senators 3-0 in that series. Looks like they're going to sweep that one.
Hey, Ottawa will win that one.
The Tampa Bay Lightning and the Detroit Red Wings are tied 1-1 in their series. The New York Rangers won today. They lead their series over the Pittsburgh Penguins 2-1. Sidney Crosby went crazy the other day.
Sid the Kid.
He must have got beat around today.
Was Tebow there? Philly.
Apparently not. But no, they're Pittsburgh. Don't call Philly Pittsburgh. They'll fucking fight.
Oh, Pittsburgh.
Oh, man.
And
then
it
starts with a P. Who cares?
Somebody has a better sandwich than the other person.
The other New York team, the Islanders, also lead their series 2-1 over the Washington Capitals, who has Ovechkin, the other badass star of the league.
Ooh.
So the Stars are not winning their series.
The stars are not aligning.
That's right.
Wouldn't it be great if the Islanders and the Rangers played in the Stanley Cup Finals and I wouldn't have to hear anything about it?
Did you know the Stanley Cup? Nope, it's all on that side.
Good luck, New York.
Or the two Canadian teams played.
Oh, yeah, they played in Canada.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Almost all the Canadian teams in the league are in the playoffs right now.
That's good for them.
If not all.
That's all they can fucking do.
Right.
play
we
hockey.
only got Canada, eh?
Yeah. It's like they should be. That's literally all they can do. If they're not in the playoffs, then there's, I don't know, they're trying to make a couple of wrestlers, but that's
or they riot or something.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Vancouver who lost in the playoffs and had a big
no,
riot?
I think they rioted when they lost, which is what you probably should do instead of like American teams that riot when they win.
I will say LA's got it wrong. Every time the Lakers win, they fucking riot and turn cars over. And then, of course, the stupid Kings Center, like, well, since we take the Lakers statues at Staples Center, we may as well take their post-game celebration of rioting.
And they did the same thing.
Yeah, a-hosers.
I could never understand that.
Could you imagine a Canadian riot like, hey, excuse me, you mind if I turn your car over? Oh, all right, that's no problem.
We lost and we're pretty upset. Can we turn your car over, please?
Do you mind, Hey, do you mind if I do this Molotov cocktail through your window,
Hey, why you turning my car over, you hoser?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me turn it back over.
Sorry about that,
Sorry, I thought you said it was okay.
Oh, that's
a good beer, eh?
That's a Canadian.
Let me get you a moose head, eh?
An actual moose head?
No, the beer.
At that point, they go out to the forest.
That's the only Canadian beer I know about.
I don't think it's actually Canadian.
I think it is.
Is it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it is now. All right, let's talk about the really important parts. Soccer player Mario Batali. Oh, that's a chef. Balotelli. He's a black guy.
Yeah.
What?
Has received over 4,000
Playing
racist. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. He's received over 4,000 racist messages this year.
It's because he's a black Italian.
Yeah.
That's not loud.
He's a blackie. Right? That's how they say it.
It's me, Black Mario.
Let's go. Dog.
Waluigi. Waluigi's my favorite. Waluigi.
Waluigi?
Yeah.
Is that
there's
the
like
bad
Wario
Luigi?
and then there's Bad Luigi, which is Waluigi.
God.
It's horrible, but on the racing game, Mario Kart.
Yes.
He's hilarious.
It's horrible that you know this.
Yeah.
Mario Kart's badass. Do not start with me.
Old Mario Kart is badass.
Well, the new one was pretty good too. Not the first new one. I haven't played this most recent.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Super Nintendo Mario
Was
Kart
awesome. Yes.
was the bee's knees. Yeah. And surprise, surprise, Boston Marathon winner, Ethiopia.
What?
Yeah, they just held a hot dog in front of him the entire time.
And the girl that won looks like a dude. I couldn't tell that she was a girl.
Yeah, it's Brittany Griner.
yeah.
Isn't that who it was? Yeah, so the dude's name is Lalisa.
Yeah, the dude.
Lalisa DeCisa. That's literally what his name is.
I know, the dude has a more female name than the other one.
Yeah, and it rhymes at least, though.
Yeah.
And it's probably not even their real name, but we don't understand what they're saying, so we just...
Right, they don't know what we're saying. We asked the name, and he probably told us his favorite restaurant or something.
Yeah, he has no idea what we said.
The name of the dog he blew last night, I don't know.
Lalisa DeLisa.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Rover McGover.
That's her name, actually. How'd you know? So, yeah, that's yay, Boston Marathon.
Yeah, they always
Woo!
win.
Yeah,
Well,
Boston-
you know they run from Ethiopia to Boston.
yeah, just to blow up.
Yeah, just to win the marathon. I mean, they run over the ocean there. They run so fast they don't sink. They just-
Moses. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
that's why they win all the time.
Yep.
Hit my music.
Yeah.
Body's ready, my heart's on fire. I'm gonna push you over the wire.
My farts were on fire the other day.
Oh,
Had a
man.
lot of hot wings. Spicy going in and coming out.
Yeah. Tim Tebow's fire followed the fire into your ass. Huh?
Yeah.
Sorry, Midlife, I wasn't here last week to plug some free fights that happened this past week.
Wait, there's 3 fights?
There was free fights on
Asshole.
Fox. So
It was worth not having you here.
Yeah, that's true.
on that card, Luke Rockhold in the middleweight division
That sounds like a porno name.
dominated Lyoto Machida.
Definitely a porno.
Could not believe what I saw. Machida came out and landed a nice couple shots, but then Luke Rockhold landed a nice little right hand that slipped behind Lyoto's head, and then from there he just beat him up on the ground. Lyoto, after the first round, the bell saved Lyoto because as he got up, he was like wobbly. His corner grabbed him to make him walk straight, knowing that he was hurt. But as soon as he was back out there, he still did not have it together, and Luke Rockhold got him down to the ground again and just beat the shit out of Lyoto Machida.
He should have used the bell
Yeah.
to like beat him.
Yeah, he
Like
might as well
wrestling
have
style.
beat down
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the bell.
Then it really would have saved him.
Did he smell what the Rockhold was cooking?
Ah!
Wow. God, you got me, man.
Threw him off his really good game.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the worst beating I've seen Lyoto Machida take, other than when he got knocked out by Hua in their second fight. But that was a one-punch knockout. This one was Luke Rockhold just dominating. It was,
beating
I've
the
never,
shit out
I've
of
never
him.
seen anything like it.
Wow.
Also on the card at middleweight, Ronaldo Souza, whose opponent dropped off 6 days ago. A guy stepped in for him, Chris Camozzi, who he already beat once, round 1 with a submission. He did it again, round 1 submission
Round
over
one.
Chris Camozzi.
Fight.
The guy comes back to the UFC just to get submitted by the same guy who submitted him 2 years earlier. So, but Jacare is a
must be
badass.
his
so
submissive.
he's the alligator.
Oh, okay.
Also on the card, Max Holloway stepped in on short notice to fight Cub Swanson, and he won by guillotine choke in the 3rd round. The underdog in that fight, Cub Swanson, who his last fight he lost to Frankie Yeager, the former lightweight champion of the world.
Of the world!
So he lost to a damn good fighter. He was on like a 7-fight win streak before that, and now he lost to the Hawaiian Max Holloway, and he's got to regroup. Who knows what's going on with Cub Swanson?
What the fuck?
He was looking good until the last 2 fights. So.
I know I'm mad.
Max Holloway, though, at 23 years old, has won 5 fights in a row. He's looking fantastic. Also
I'd say.
on the main card, Paige Van Zandt, who's been
She's hot.
our chick of the
Oh,
day.
man. I like
Fought
Paige.
another chick of the day,
Oh.
Felice Herrick, who's
Oh.
also a very nice ass MMA
Yeah.
fighter.
Yeah.
Felice Herrick came out in the first round, was
Paige
beating
and
up
Fellatio?
Van Zandt for like the first half of the round, and then Van Zandt turned it on and
Took her clothes
just
off.
dominated the rest of the fight, made Felice Herrick look like a fucking amateur.
You're making me hard.
Sorry.
Talk slower.
You should have seen the fight.
Yeah.
It was nice, man. This is the reason I'm sorry that I didn't mention.
Do you have
these
any
fights.
music with
Yes.
this? Or?
Kumate's not good enough? This doesn't make you want to...
Yeah, I guess it does.
Yeah, see?
After seeing you dance like that.
Yeah,
Never
and the
mind.
jiggle, it's all good. And then I just want to note 2 fights on the preliminary card. Beneil Dariush defeated Jim Miller. Very impressive, because Jim Miller, you know him. He's one of my favorite fighters. He's a badass. Jim Miller is always great, but Beneil
Patrice.
Dariush looked great against him. He took him to the ground and just dominated on the floor. Won a 29-28 across the board decision over Jim Miller there. Thank you, Huel. I'm proud of your excitement.
He already said he's excited.
I know. I love Huel.
am excited.
He enunciated
That's a new
that
one. by
very
the
well
way.
there,
Yeah, that's a
too.
new one.
Sounds very condescending, you son of a bitch.
Oh, wow.
And then Aljamain Sterling, another prospect on the undercard, defeated the veteran Takeya Mizugaki by submission, arm triangle choke in the 3rd round, was dominating that fight anyways. So impressive young guys coming up in the ranks on this card.
wow.
It's fun. I always like watching guys that I don't know about. All of a sudden,
You do like watching guys.
Yeah. I like watching guys take other guys down and rub their bodies all over each other
excited.
and choking each other. It's always fun.
You got Huel going.
He was on a roll.
Yeah, he is.
Also,
hard on.
also in the MMA news, Reebok. We talked about how Reebok signed a deal with the UFC, $170 million deal.
Whoa.
The fighters were going to be given pay rent determined on their rankings. So guys that are ranked higher than others will make more money. But it was kind of a conflict of interest because it was MMA writers who were hired, not really hired, but selected by the UFC.
So the press essentially is
who would determine who gets the best pay, because they would rank the fighters.
Sure.
Kind of sounded like a conflict of interest. So what UFC did instead is the guys who have the most tenure in the UFC will get the most money. Unless it's a championship fight, then a champion and the challenger will get the most money. So what they're going to have is they're going to have 1 to 5 fight tier, a 6 to 10 fight tier, and an 11 to 15 fight tier, and a 16 to 20 fight tier. So
wow!
If you fought 16 to 20 times in the UFC, you'll obviously make more than anybody else, unless you're someone's fighting for a title. Then they make more money.
Serious question: what if you have a bunch of fights, 16 to 20, whatever, and then you do that thing where you retire, come back a couple years later? Do you start over?
No, I would assume since they've had that many fights in the UFC, it still counts.
I mean, it's a new contract. You retire.
If he's good enough to keep coming back and get another fight, then he's worth the money.
All right, there you
go.
I am excited.
And finally, UFC 186 is this Saturday. It's not free.
Wow!
So you can
fuck that.
You can plug your ears now.
Yeah.
Demetrius Johnson,
and your butt.
The flyweight champion of the world, the guy who dominates more than anybody else at this point.
And Boner just went
fights
down.
Again.
Give him some Huel.
It's dark in there.
It's up again.
He'll fight Kyoji Horiguchi for the flyweight title of the world. Michael Bisping will fight CB Dalloway at middleweight there. Steve Bose versus Fabio Maldonado. It was going to be Quentin Rampage Jackson against Fabio Maldonado, but he still was under contract with another fight league.
Yeah, Bellator, right?
Yeah, but he said because they didn't give him certain things, like a pay-per-view fight and some other stuff, that technically they broke the contract.
Breach of contract.
But they said they had given him other things as well that are within that contract that technically would
enough
keep
to
him under.
secure him.
Yeah, and a judge ruled in Bellator's favor, so now Rampage had to come out. I'm guessing what UFC was doing is they knew this was going to happen the whole time, but they wanted to get him away from Bellator, so they didn't have a drawing card because he was their biggest draw.
And it's free publicity.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yeah. So, but it did make this card go down the drain big time because Demetrius Johnson, for as badass as he is and how much I love watching him, not many people. Not many people are going on DirecTV.com to grab this pay-per-view when Demetrius Johnson's headlining, which sucks because he's a badass. He's the Mighty Mouse, and we always
like him.
You like watching him fight, right?
I'm not going to pay for it.
Right, you're not going to, but you like what he's on for free, right?
Yeah.
So that's poor Demetrius. He does have the Xbox deal, so he still makes some good money.
There you go.
So, and then let's see if there's anything else worth. On the undercard, Patrick Cote versus Joe Riggs.
I know we might be spending too much time talking about
Almost
this.
done, Huel. Sorry. I know your excitement only lasts a few minutes. But Patrick Cote will fight Joe Riggs. Two guys that, if you said 10 years ago they were fighting, would make sense, and they're still in the UFC
here we go
fighting,
with the 10 years ago thing.
If you told me 10 years ago they were fighting.
Mayweather.
And then also on the undercard, the ladies are fighting. They should be on the main card.
Oh, wait, what?
I am excited.
Alexis Davis versus Sarah Kaufman, which they should be on the main card.
They're hot.
Alexis Davis is all right.
Then no.
Sarah Kaufman, nice. She's nice. She's smart.
She's only paying for
She's
it.
got a great personality.
That's a nice way of saying she's ugly.
Yeah.
So they'll fight. And that is the fighting news.
I am excited.
Woo!
All right, let's get the fuck out of here and go to break. I think that's about that time. My beers are both empty, so we need to get that taken care of.
Refresh our beers.
Let's refresh
Time
our
to
beers.
recycle.
Yeah, that's right. Reduce and reuse. In the meantime, check us out at thecherrystrike.com, Facebook.
Does that mean I'm drinking your pee?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's got more alcohol than
Like
most
us
beer
on your
anyways.
Facebook.
Yes. Facebook.com/CherryStrike. At the Charity Strike. No E on Twitter because we're drunk. What else? The Charity Strike on Instagram. 805-419-3679. It's the number to call, sex, text, titty pictures. You call us right now. Talking about sports.
And get in the chat and join us and the one elsewhere in the chat.
It's more Barney than anything. So
I'm right back, everybody. To myself, what a wonderful world.
Loaded dice
TCSradio.com. Every Sunday between 3 and 5 EST. What's EST? It's like when you're psychic. No, it's not. It's Eastern Standard Time. I knew that, and you're rude. Do you like a bunch of ridiculous opinionated assholes? Yeah, I love that. Well, good. Take a knife, cut open your belly, and take out whatever gland